God called Abraham out of his country and out of his family. That's like very well known. And so what God was looking for Abraham, number one, he was looking for someone that would be obedient to him. Because remember, God has ended the first world with water, with the flood. He's starting out a new world where he wants to prepare a physical body for himself so that he can come and redeem man. But it has to be a genealogy that starts with someone who's obedient and who's faithful, right? So Abraham was like, I'll do it. I believe you. Like, God's called him out of his family, his country, and said, I'll bless you. I'll make a great nation of you. And Abraham was like, okay, Lord, I will go this journey with you. But in order for Abraham to be the one, like basically, how do I say, the genealogy of Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ, son of David, son of Abraham. So for Abraham to be that chosen one, he had to be tested first. He couldn't just be, oh yeah, I believe you. And that says something for some of us. I don't know, who this is speaking to, but a lot of times we want to say, God, I'm so sure I'll go all the way with you. I'm here. God is like, that's great, but our faith has to be tested. And so let's read Genesis 22 about this testing of Abraham that happened on Moriah from verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt. King James Version says tempt, but you could say try or test. He tried Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. That's important. Remember the 3rd day. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again unto you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I, son, my son. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together, and they came to the place which God had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac and his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. He said, here am I. And he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing that thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the 2nd time and said, by myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. Okay. Very long reading. Very important though. So many things I could say there, but the first thing I wanted to point out to you is where he said, the Lord would provide himself. Like, I want you to read it like that first. Before you read the rest of the sentence, just read that part over again. He said, my son, when Isaac asked him, where is the offering? Like, we have the wood, we have the thing. He was like, the Lord will provide himself. The Lord will provide himself. God will provide himself. God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. And that's exactly what Jesus Christ did for us. He provided himself as the lamb for an offering. So here on Mount Moriah, we're seeing so many things. And number one, God's plan to come and give himself as the offering for us, to fully go through with the plan no matter what, even if it's going to cost him his life. Then we also see one of the names of the Lord revealed, Jehovah Jireh, which means in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. And I know other people say Jehovah Jireh, he's a provider. Yes, but what has he provided? Himself. In the mount of the Lord. Man, when we talk about the mountain of God or the hill of the Lord, you're going to get even a greater revelation from that one. In the mount of the Lord, it shall be seen or it shall be provided.